They want close to cash, we're going to cash. They want close to novation, we're going to novation. I'm giving them what they want. So that's how we're able to lock up so many deals.
Welcome to another episode of The Closing Table. In these episodes, I want to bring you something special. Some of the best closers I know in the industry, of those closers that I've stolen little bits and pieces of to build up my talk track, how my conversation goes with the seller. And this is one of the people that is by far one of the best closers that I know inside of the industry. So I wanted to bring him on special. His name is Travis Wells. He's with Property Profits. You can find him on Facebook. I highly recommend to go look him up. And he posts tons of video, tons of content. Follow Property Profits, the best podcasts on the Apple Podcasts, wherever we can find that. So without further ado, here's Travis Wells, a friend of mine in the industry and one of my mentors that I love to follow. So how you doing today, sir?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on.
So in this conversation, I just want to teach people from the point of contact with a new seller. How are you going about building rapport and analyzing the deals, making that seller feel comfortable with who they're talking to? So at the point that they call you when you're picking up the other side of that phone with a seller, can you talk me through that?
Yeah, and I'm a little different than most, but we all are, right? So I'm a build rapport last kind of guy. So I like to make deals. I got to make deals every day to eat. Here's what I'm going to do. Seller calls, or I call seller every single time I have a certain pitch, because I believe congruency is repeatable. And if it's repeatable, I can build a business that's successful. And this is what I teach everybody that's on my team. And seller says, hey, it's Travis with Exclusive Housing. How are you today? They're either going to say, I'm good, screw off, don't ever call again, whatever, right? I ask the question, good. Are you still looking to sell 123 Main Street? No? Yes. If no, cool. You want me to take you off the list? No, I want to sell in a month. They're going to my long-term pipeline. But they do want to sell? Great. Tell me about the property. Then shut up. Let them talk. And while they're talking, I'm pulling comps. I'm putting a cash offer down on my notepad. I'm putting an ovation offer. I'm putting a seller finance or sub 2 offer. And if they say, you're going to have the other side, hey, you called me. You tell me about the house. Look, I got your tax roll up. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. I can't see inside. You got to let me know if you want a realistic offer today. Does that sound fair? They're like, yeah, okay. Then they spill the beans, right? So after we get through all that, how much you want? You're going to have, I want this amount, or you're going to have, you tell me. If you tell me, I'm giving you a cash offer right now. But if they say this amount, here's what's magic about this. I've got 3 offers on a piece of paper. Whichever offer is closest to what they just said, I'm going to give them what they want. They want retail? Cool. We go in seller finance, sub 2, whatever's created. They want close to cash? We're going to cash. They want close to novation? We're going to novation. I'm giving them what they want. So that's how we're able to lock up so many deals. We have the options to do so. So sorry if that was long-winded. That's pretty much it.
No, that was absolutely perfect. I love the way you break it down, because in every sales pitch out there, you have the crossroad questions. When you get to the crossroad, they're either going to go this way or this way. And then inside of that, once you get down to the follow that path, you come to another crossroad question of this or this. You're preparing yourself for those questions. And if you know what your questions are inside of whether you create your own script or your own talk track, and that's what this conversation is for people to go find what works for them, to go test a little of this, a little of that, and find that magic spice, because we all like that different flavor of our food. Every person you talk to is going to have a little bit of a different reply to questions. So therefore, if you have, or if you're familiarizing yourself with those conversations and those questions, you're going to be able to maneuver through them better and come out on the other end the way you want to work through this problem. But I love how you broke it down into 3 parts. If you go here, or here, I'm prepared. So mostly it's based off of preparation, and then the questions to divide those in 2. Knowing where you are now as a closer and where you were, say, 5 years ago as a closer, what's the biggest difference you see between the new Travis to the weathered and seasoned Travis? What's the big difference between the two there?
Congruency. So the reason I figured that out is I got tired of having random results. Every call was different. Every single call. Whether they were the pissed off seller or the nice seller, was different. Before, I'm trying to figure out a problem because I'm a natural problem solver. But every conversation was different. Now, you know, and I train my team this way too, you can get on and listen to one of their calls. It sounds just like me, right? It's the same. You go to any of their calls, it's the exact same. So it's congruent. So I know what our result's going to be. So seasoned Travis is like, I don't care who the hell I get on the phone with. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what kind of mood they're in. I know exactly what they. I don't care what they want. It doesn't matter what they want because I have a solution for what they want. Oh, you want retail? Most people will be like, we can't do that because of this. You understand we have to make money? And hell no. I'm like, cool, you want retail? Will you take it in payments? Well, nobody's ever said that.
Right.
You know how many times I get that on a daily basis? The hell do you mean nobody's said that?
If you stop and analyze that, nobody's ever said that. Nobody's asked the question because the majority of us all grew up with one thing in mind: a real estate agent and a bank. That's how you buy and sell properties. 85-90% of the people out there only know that way to sell. They're not familiar with mailbox money or potentially, you know, selling off their loan or selling off something else. Everybody thinks that they're stuck in a situation because they have so many repairs that they can't afford to do. They're stuck because they're upside down in their mortgage. They don't know that there's other ways out. So unless we have those actual conversations with these people, or ask, don't fear the question. So constantly ask is what I tell people. Lastly, you know, jumping into this is what I love about you, your personality, and how charismatic you are with people, and you're always bringing that smile. Do you see yourself closing more deals through the phone now, or do you see more of a belly-to-belly approach? What was best for you and why?
I used to do belly-to-belly when I started, and it was a waste of my freaking time. Just for me, because I closed not near as many deals, and I'm gonna take that back. When it comes to mobile home parks, it's going to be belly to belly. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but every mobile home park that I've closed, that I've bought, because I collect mobile home parks, it's some old freaking person and they like me and they give me a badass deal and they're like, I can't believe you're pitching this to me. And I'm like, well, I can't believe you're listening to me. We make a deal. I think big deals like that you're going to keep, maybe like mobile home parks or commercial stuff, belly to belly. That being said, you got to make sure it's a deal before going belly to belly. Like, it's got to be pretty close to a deal. But you're slinging just residential houses, we don't see crap. We use Showami for $40, $50. They go take walkthrough videos, pictures. If it's nice, we're like, damn, we order professional pictures and we'll throw it on the market or whatever. But nothing's belly to belly with us unless it's a big asset.
Well, man, I really appreciate you jumping on this call with me today to walk through closing, what your thought process is inside of it, how you're doing it, how you've grown into who you are today. And real quick, touching back on the Property Profits, finding you on Facebook, Travis Wells. I know your podcast is phenomenal. I highly recommend you go find Property Profits podcast. Is there any other platforms where they can find you very easily?
You can DM me on Facebook. That's the easiest. I'm going to be the one responding. DM me on something else. Probably not me. We got YouTube, Instagram, everything. TikTok, I've never even logged in, but we got it.
I completely understand that. Travis, you're just upfront and honest and very approachable. Everybody that I point in your direction, you're able to help or have a conversation with. So we're going to use this platform to continue to grow you, continue to grow us, and I look forward to our next conversation.